Hello and welcome to the PM Show, your weekly roundup of what's new and going on in the modelling world. How are we doing this morning, gentlemen? We all good?
Fine, thank you very much. Very cold and wet.
She said.
I second that. It's very wet.
He said. I have to say it is wet, but we have got blue skies and sunny, but it's going to rain later. So we've had lots and lots of rain this last couple of days. It's proper soggy and wet and damp and mouldy and it's horrible outside.
Yeah, it's not crisp and autumnal, is it?
No. I love the crispy autumnal, taking the dog out through the forest in the leaves. It's lovely, absolutely lovely. But in this weather, it's horrible.
It's dismal, isn't it? It is horrible. It's just, yeah.
Did I tell you, Lola, the dog, that is, if you don't know, ended up in the river, almost got swept away. So we're walking the dog on Friday, and literally she's off running in the woods, and we got a big river that runs down, and it's in full flood, as you might imagine at the moment, and it's really shifted. It's usually a very tranquil little river, but not at the moment. Next thing you know, she's flying, and I assume what she's done is gone running down the path to it, as she always does, put the brakes on and just slid, because it's really wet, and just went straight in. And all you heard was this big splash. And then bearing in mind, it's, because it's not autumn technically, there's still leaves everywhere. Couldn't quite see her at this point. So I'm thinking, oh, Jesus, she's going to be swept off further down. Not really a problem. It's a bit of a weir further down. She would have got out there, I'm sure. And but next thing you know, she clambers back up, a couple of feet up, pulls herself up. She's absolutely drenched. And it was quite cold. It was a nice, almost autumnal day on Friday, but she's absolutely soaked. And we've got a good couple of miles walk home, and she's soaked. Good job it's a Labrador. They're designed to be cold and wet. So we were saying, good job she's not wearing a coat. It would have been like an anchor around her with that as well.
That's could you imagine our dog if it'd gone in the water? It'd be like a wet sponge, wouldn't it?
It would, definitely.
God.
But so that was fun. We had a wet dog when she got home. It was like towel dryer, bring her out, leave her in the kitchen. So, but that was proper funny. Never mind. Anyway, what's been going on this week? What's the gossip?
This weekend is Turkey Shoot. That's all that you need to know, innit?
It is. Yes.
Everything else is irrelevant for PM. It's all about the Turkey Shoot weekend for Flooring Models.
It is. So this is obviously, I haven't put it out over full social media yet, but this is what you get.
Look at that. Don't we look fantastic? Look at Elmer Fudd, John.
Yes, John looks, I tell you what, John's just perfect. He just looks like a Disney cartoon character.
Well, he is, He should be chasing rabbits, innit? Wabbits.
Wabbits, yes. I look like something from Austin Powers, a certain Scottish villain.
Yes, you do. And Nathan looks rather camp.
Yes, he's doing it. Ooh-hoo.
I think that's just genius, isn't it?
It is. So, yes, we have got the Turkey Shoot. I've got the dates down below here in the Times. So live shows are going to be for members. Obviously, you guys are going to get it Thursday night, as always, for the Thursday night. But we're going to be building and chatting and doing all the bits and pieces with it. Friday afternoon as well. So obviously 2 till 4. We'll be doing that one as well. So if you want to join in, members, for that one. And then open to the general public. Obviously, we'll be starting the live show, which will air on YouTube right the way through. Going to be going 10 till 12 and then 2 till 4. And then on Sunday, the same thing again, 10, 2 till 12 and 2 till 4. The whole point is to try to build something and complete it in that time frame.
Yep.
To celebrate.
Hey, just see how older we're getting, the time span's getting longer and longer.
Yes. We used to do it over a weekend, and now it's like, no.
We're full on extravaganza next year.
Yes, that's 2-month extravaganza. So obviously tying in that, clearly PM is going to having a very nice sale.
We are, yes. It's being set up at the moment, so we'll obviously give more info on that at the back end of the week. But tune in.
So obviously that'll be running technically Thursday to Sunday night, is it?
I don't know what we've decided yet, have we?
Are you not that far ahead yet?
Just a weekend, but that may change.
Weekend, because it's sort of the week, so Saturday and Sunday we'll do
it. All right, Saturday and Sunday on that particular one. Obviously I'll be doing a little thing as well, as always. But the whole point is for this particular one is to have fun. It literally is the fun one. I know Flory Fest a couple of weeks ago was a little riot, but this is a proper riot because there's no rules, there's no nothing. You just enjoy yourself. Build and enjoy yourself. Do something really weird and wacky, or something you can put together in 4 days. But the whole point is it's a bit of a mojo thing for the start of the modelling season as well, to sort of get back into it and enjoy it. But the whole point is literally to have a few laughs, a few giggles along the way, and enjoy some modelling, really.
And Also good if you've got Shelf for Doom stuff you want to finish as
Brilliant,
well.
yeah.
That's a perfect excuse to dig them out and get on with them and get them finished. Because
I've got plenty of them, so I'm starting.
Andy could have a full.
Yeah, Andy's got enough for the next 10 years.
yeah.
Phil's going to be building a 24 scale Harrier in 4 days.
It'll take that long just to fill it.
It'll take a month to get here through the mail system at the minute. So
well, yeah, it will be at the moment.
Dodged that bullet for him.
Normally, I like to use, obviously, perfect plastic putty for filler, or perhaps I do my super glue and tout trick. I think I'm good for that thing. For the Harrier, I'm going to need expanding foam. You know, the old building stuff. Yeah. And I can scrape it back and fill.
Is that as riveted as the GR1?
It's not quite as bad because it's technically the FRS1 kit was the upgraded version, if you like, because it has a front end on it, but it's still just as bad.
So right, going back to these Airfix 24 Harriers, obviously the GR1 was the first one back in the 70s, weren't it? Which was quite riveted, weren't it?
Yes.
Then they did a GR3.
Yes. Which was actually just a GR1 with a new nose.
Right, that's quite riveted as well then. And then obviously they did the C Harriers, didn't they?
Yeah.
But did they only do the FRS1? They didn't do the FA2 version, did they?
No,
just
no.
The FRS1, and then you got that conversion that we're going to scrounge for you. So if anybody's got a conversion, Phil wants one.
Yeah, I need an FA2 conversion for a 24 scale Harrier for anyone who's got one.
So Flight Path did one, but I don't think they're trading anymore. But yeah, but was that a completely different kit altogether then from the other two?
No, it just took a lot of parts from the other kit.
Right, okay.
Make it into it. It's just that obviously the Sea Harrier's got a different cockpit because it's higher and a few changes.
So the
here and there.
fuselage is different then?
I don't think it's that different, but I think the way that Airfix did it,
right.
I remember. I say I am completely out of the loop. I haven't seen this kit or owned one, luckily, for probably 30 years.
Unluckily. Don't say luckily.
I think it was in the 90s the last time I had one of those cars. You've got to be a good 20 plus years.
Didn't it? John had one until not long ago and he got rid of it, so you could have had his.
Well, unfortunately, I missed that opportunity.
Oh, don't worry. I'll tell you what, don't be surprised. You know how they bought out the GR1?
Yeah, to be honest, I was going to speak to our man about this.
All the Airfix stuff now that's coming out next year, it's the vintage classics.
Yes.
I just want to see what they're going to release. But there's been some gems in there, like we mentioned. There has been some little gems that's come out of their vintage classic range. All right, there's also, I think they've kind of been the really, because we're looking at 70s kits here that they've been releasing really out there. I know we've had like the Heron and stuff is an older kit, but again, it's the only one available, isn't it? So,
and with price of kits going up, there are the nice £10-15 price.
Yeah, they are what they are, aren't they? You know, and you get out of them what you put in, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, of course you do. You have to put a little bit of work in, but I think it was said before, it's deeply satisfying. Yeah. You know, you have that real sense of achievement when you get these kits together. So
yeah, and if you do a bit of rescribing and a little bit of detailing, you can actually come out with something off, especially 7-second as well, because you're not looking at show winning thing. You just the overall effect in it is one of those.
And again, a lot of the thing you've got with these kits is they're the only one. You know,
a lot of the time it is. Yeah,
you know, for some of these,
I think that's what they've obviously clicked onto as well. They're releasing kits that, you know, if there's a newer version out of it, it's a bit pointless, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think is the Jetstream out? Didn't think he did one. A model did the Jetstream.
A model did the Jetstreams, wasn't it?
Yeah, but nobody's ever done a Domini, have they?
No.
No. And the Beaver, there is another Beaver because I'll be crafted one, but I don't think that's very good, to be honest. Boomerang's out in it. All right, the P61's a bit of pulling. Yeah, you know, there's definitely better versions of a P61 out there, but I don't know. It is what it is, isn't it? If you enjoy that sort of nostalgic build, then knock yourself out. Obviously, Rebel's been doing it for years.
Rebel's made a career out of this.
It's a vintage classic.
No, they just market it as new. Yeah. New again. So
yeah, anyway, so
never mind. Cool. Right. Okay. So if we make our way over to the store, we can go in. So some of the new arrivals this week.
Yeah, is that
we've all got one. I will get a review of this done after we've done the show, so the review of this will be up with you later on.
I'll show the back of the box.
All right, you do the back, I'll do the front.
Do
the other one on camera.
You can see a little bit.
But this is the 1/9 scale, so it's the slightly bigger one for the actual Mandalorian as well. So 60 parts, 24 centimetres tall. Well, it says wide here, but I'm pretty sure that's tall. Yeah, no, it looks very, very nice, I must admit. It's one of those ones where, to be honest, the box art images don't do it justice, as in the ones that Matt's showing on the back. They're a bit, But I think, as I say, if you get in there with your metallizers and some of the things, me and Andy were discussing this. What do we reckon then for the armour?
Titanium, weren't it? Or a gunmetal.
Well, it's like a gunmetal, isn't it?
Yeah, then you'd have to do a bit of research. But
it's all like
there's enough metallizers out there from different.
Yeah, you could probably make one up.
You could make something up to be pretty accurate. But yeah, if you look at the box front, that's a bit more sort of gunmetal, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's sort of a Beskar colour, isn't it?
Yeah, because that's
that mythical thing, so no one can get right.
Watch it. There'll be somebody bringing that out soon.
Yeah, somebody will do that one.
Beskar armor metal metalizer. I don't know.
So I'll tell you what that's very close to, funny enough, because I've been spraying it a bit. It's the old LP61, isn't it? I haven't got my glasses with me. They're in the other one, which is Tamiya's metallic grey.
Yes.
So I think if you did that and then dusted it with something a bit more
silver,
chromy on top.
Yeah.
Because that's actually it's quite reflective, that colour, because I've sprayed it. I use it quite a lot. And but yeah, it's one of those ones. It's going to be a bit of trial and error to get it, and I wouldn't worry because everybody will tell you it's wrong,
or it's not real.
Yeah, that's not real. That's not correct. Of course, it's not. It's sci-fi, you idiot.
What about stainless? That's got a bluey tinge, and it's stainless.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, if you've got stainless, that's proper bluey.
Yeah,
but steel, I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. I think actually the steel doesn't look too bad.
I tell you what, I was watching the other thing that came up on one of my feeds. I mean, you remember the old metal things that leaked, blew up on us? AK?
Oh, True Colour, True Metal.
True Metals. They've rebranded.
They've redone it. I know.
Did you see the C3? I can't even say it. C3PO's helmet.
I did. Yes, I saw her polishing C-3PO's helmet. You could tell she was laughing, so the crew with her were clearly making the same joke about polishing helmets, weren't they?
Yeah.
Bless her heart. I think she did very well. My point to it is, though, and I'm not calling them out on this or anything else like that, because I've used that stuff before, the bit where they're doing this with it afterwards, that stuff takes forever to dry because it's wax.
Mm.
And it's not handleable fully. I've never known it to totally dry. So how she was polishing her helmet with that stuff is beyond me. But also, it's like she was putting it on and it went a really funny colour, the first coat, wasn't it?
Yes.
And then the second one went a bit more sort of C-3PO sort of colour. And then it was like, but as it was drying really dull and white, and you could see it happening on it. And then it was like, ding, and there's the finished thing, which has probably been sprayed out of a can. Yeah, that's it, quick. But so it did make me laugh the way it was going on, and then ding, it's done. It's like, can we see the bit in between?
It's I don't know. I've got tubes of that. I don't think I've ever used it. It is actually good for dry brushing. I will give it that.
Yes.
If you want to dry brush an engine or guns or anything like that, it's actually brilliant for dry brushing because it does. And like it says on their advert, it does go an absolutely long way. You don't need a lot.
They used to be this,
and
wasn't
it does. That's the other thing. It goes everywhere. To be honest,
I must admit, I have thrown some of them out because they explode.
I'd say don't undo them on camera, Phil, because it will
explode. But they are very good because it's wasn't it French polishing and that type of technique with these wax ones, wasn't it? It's a way of doing it.
Yeah, what was the original one?
I can't remember what it's called now. Rub and Buff. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, so it was originally Rub and Buff, and now it's been done, and I see they've redone it in a black tube now, haven't they, and all the rest of it. This is the originals. I did have a lot of them, but I think one of our members said to me once, sent me a message, and have you had trouble with yours exploding? And I'm like, no, never. And then I looked in my drawer, and they had. They'd all exploded. So I don't know if it was a temperature thing when we had that hot summer.
Yeah, but why should it explode?
I think it's something to do with the wax melts.
Yeah.
And something happens. But they all blew the ends off, wouldn't it? The crimped ends, they'd all gone...
Yeah, but that's a lot of... It expands when it melts and then...
Yeah.
But that's a lot of pressure, isn't it, to blow an end off?
Well, I think it's one of those over time, though, isn't it? It's just that gradual build of pressure, and it just peels off the end, and then it
I think
explodes.
I should check mine, because mine had just shoved in a drawer.
Because one of our other members, didn't it? He had a picture, and he used to keep his in a mug, and then when you opened up the mug, it was just a sea of it where the bottoms had all gone.
Yeah.
When it was all on about it. So I don't know if they still suffer from it.
If that is actually a packaging issue rather than the material issue, to be honest, for it to fail like that.
But I did it. If you remember when we did do it, that's why I'm not doing it now. I took the lid off, and it was like silly string coming out. It was like, wow, it's reactive.
Yeah.
And then when that goes anywhere, you are stuffed, because it's gonna. If you get it on your mat or on your hands, you have to decontaminate everything, because it's the gift that keeps giving.
I mean, your toolbox is like in front of your patio windows, isn't it? So it's gonna get warm through that. So
probably I don't know. But...
Bit of temperature change in there, isn't it? Worth trying on an engine, though. I reckon you could get some at quite a decent effect. If you just like give it a black base coat.
Yeah.
And then dry brush, literally, because obviously we stock them dry brushes, don't we? Obviously, AK one and the thingy ones, because they're like makeup brushes, really, aren't they? I think that's the original sort of design of a dry brush, is a makeup brush, isn't it?
Yes, of course it is, yeah.
But yeah, it might be worth a go with them and see what they're like with that. But it's bloody cleaning them. What are you supposed to clean it with?
I don't know. It's horrendous stuff, because I say, once you get it on you, because it's a wax, it's very, very difficult to get off. It's gift that keeps giving. And as I say, I've used it before on various things, or tried it when we were doing things with metals and that. And I think when they re-released it, it went from rub and buff to that. I did some on testing with it. And to be honest, you do get great results. And for dry brushing, it is mega, because it's just like dry brushing in oil. It just keeps going.
Yeah.
So, and it's great. But doing something like C-3PO's head, a 1-to-1 scale replica head of it, I just imagine that being an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
It would be like that P-51 I did in Buffables. You couldn't touch it ever again. Because just every time you touched it, even though it's got a clear coat over the top, it's still coming through somehow.
That's the goodness say. Even if you seal it in, you've got that aspect of then does it lose its metallic sort of luster?
Yeah, it's put luster. Yeah,
a sealer coat on it, so it looks like paint. So that's the problem. It just turns into a silver paint or a gold paint or whatever. Where obviously, I don't know, weird stuff. But anyway, what was them to think about?
Interesting.
Yeah, Ben. Yeah, that's gone off course again, isn't it?
Topic.
As usual, off topic.
So yes. Anyway, as I say, nothing really's coming this week, has it?
No, but there is stuff coming in obviously for this weekend. So stuff like you say, we're just going through the site. We've got orders coming and stuff. We've got an AK order that's coming that we're sorting today. So there's a lot of stuff going to be back in with that. We sold out of drills very quickly.
Oh,
the little trumpet drills we use. But there's another order gone in. That should be here hopefully next week.
Yep.
Yes.
So I'm just waiting for a confirmation.
Yes, unfortunately, we're out of those again. But,
so
we didn't mention them deliberately. I know we roughly said about we've got a few coming in, but as I say, it was one of those we're getting full allocations at the moment and things. So
yeah, it's more to fulfil pre-orders on it, to be honest. Then what was left banged in, and it's quite a popular item, so we've got some more coming. So
you've got the punch set back in.
Punch sets are back in as well. Yeah.
So if you're a martyr and you love your domed riveting,
got a new scriber in.
Christ, don't talk scribers again. Where's that?
No, it's a scraping tool.
Oh, scraper, sorry.
Oh, thank God for
we
that.
had them in before, the Mr. Hobby ones.
Yeah.
And we sold out, but we've got them back now.
I'm missing the edge of Phil's thing.
I don't know where they are on the site.
Are they in here?
It's the Hobby.
The other thing as well is the other scrapers that are out of stock there, they're going to come back in. And obviously next to it, we're out of stock of the precision drill bits.
Right.
It's the first item where the Mr. Hobby stuff is, Phil.
Okay. Okay. Where is it?
Mr. Hobby is.
Where is it?
Just below Tamia, I think. Keep going.
That's where I was going.
Keep going. There.
What, this thing?
Where is it, Panda? Where is it?
That thing.
That's the one.
That's the one. That's tungsten.
Oh, proper tungsten.
I think it is actually. It's blooming lethal. Yeah. Yeah, so they're back in. We did have them in before, but we sold out. So obviously we've been waiting for a restock. So yeah, they're in as well. So if you want a nice sort of chisel, scrape, or whatever you want to call it.
A lethal thing?
Lethal weapon.
Fair enough.
So yeah, there's some stuff coming back in the tool section. Tools are coming back in as well that's been out, and yeah, just keep an eye on it, usual thing, innit? So
yeah.
Like I say, AK real colours are back in, the thinners is coming back in. Like I say, we've just got to put it all in stock because it's literally, as we're doing this, is being checked off now and put away. So
yeah,
get that back.
It just back in tools, Phil.
Right, sorry. Yeah.
We have also still got the Shiwis, and they're going very fast. So get them while you can.
Are they? Is this the same 6 we bought like 10 years ago?
That's good.
No, this is a new 6.
What? This is a new 6 bought by accident.
Hey, obviously festival season's gone now, so we sold a load for that.
I think we had 12 in. We've got 8 left. So
wow. We will be doing that as a prize at the weekend. Some lucky winner could have a Shiwi.
But do you know what? It is you take the Michael out of them, but actually they're a very good idea.
Yeah, it stops you getting rusty.
Because getting stuff out of a Tamiya bottle and a jar, should I say, and a Mr. Obby jar is crap because it just clogs the top up.
Yeah.
It does. You're quite correct, Matt. But my point is, then you've got to clean that because you can't put the lid on with that on. So you're then going to have all paint on your Shiwi that you've got to clean off. Yeah, so you might as well just done the neck of your bottle.
Yeah, but if you've got let's be honest, right? If you're going through the Tamiya range of paints, there's a lot of grey, yeah, a lot of green, a lot of browns. And then just use the same one for different.
Let it build up with each time to some crusty lump.
Or you just wipe it off with a bit of bloody kitchen roll.
You get 5 in a packet, so.
Yeah.
For the same price, you can buy like 1,000 pipettes, can't you?
Yeah, but we don't sell them, do we? You're on the wrong show, mate. It's not helping PM, that is.
Yes. So anyway, you can have a Shiwi. We'll give one away at the weekend. Some lucky winner will get it, and then he has to use it and send photographic evidence.
No, I don't see anybody using it. Thanks in that way.
I think it should come out of Andy's wages because he bought it by mistake. Yes, it's one of those. We always used to say it's the motto of our site that we only sell what we use.
Yeah,
apart from that.
I use them all the time.
Yeah, Matt can often be seen with them as he's trying to fit it to his Gen 3s.
With his 5 million pipettes.
So, yes, there we go. Anyway, usual bits and pieces, like I was saying, we've got stuff coming in all the time. So, thinners and stuff, we'll hopefully have a restock by the end of today or tomorrow.
Yeah, stuff's coming, like I say, stuff's coming in regularly at the minute. So
yeah, so that's fine.
Yeah, all good.
All your things in there. So other things obviously around in the store. There's no point really looking at special offers and that because they're the current ones, and obviously it'll be those we might add to it at the weekend, I presume. Bits and pieces.
The Devon's gone Dove.
I was looking at it, yeah.
That's a popular kit, that.
It is. Yeah, your model ones. We were talking about that and the jet streams, weren't we?
Yeah.
Jet streams and Doves and Devons and Dominis.
Yes, the classics. Yeah. So, but yeah, so if you want to grab any of these, what will happen is they'll still be here at the weekend, unless we sell out, of course. And then obviously we'll probably be adding to these as well with the bits and pieces in there. But obviously because we've got the thing starting, well, I should say Thursday onwards, it'll be updating on that. And same goes for the 25% discount area.
Yep. Yeah, well, that just runs, doesn't it?
That just goes on.
Look, we've got some out of stock stuff in there, Andy.
Yeah, we have now. We have to remove some of these. Look.
Yeah, we'll have to go through that and have a look.
Yeah.
So yes, so there's some bits and pieces down in there. Don't forget, 25% off. They're all brand new kits, untouched. Whereas obviously the specials area, they may be an ex-demo one from me, or an extra review sample, things like that, or a slightly damaged box. But 9 times out of 10, it's just that they're on offer in there as well because they're at a different discounted price to the ones in the 25% area. Usually, they've got all your paints, got all your glues, all your sundries, and everything else like that. And we've still got running currently the 15% off all Bandai kits.
Yeah, well, yeah. Buy them because they're good. Good for turkey shoot building.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Can't go wrong with old Bandai kits.
Might be a slight issue of you getting them for this weekend, seeing that the post. Just a thing while I remind, the posts are on strike tomorrow and Friday.
Yes.
So anything, obviously, you order from literally after midday today, but this will go up, so you'll miss it anyway by the time this goes up. It's not going to go out now until Monday. Nothing we can do really. Even if I drop it off at the post office, it's not going to go anywhere. Yeah. Saturday I can't do it because I'll be working anyway doing the show, so I'm going to time then. So really, it's going to be Monday. So, and obviously then next week as well, as far as I know, just a heads up as well, they're on strike Wednesday and Thursday. Obviously, we'll be doing the orders as a thingy, but there is going to be a backlog.
Yeah.
So you will have your tracking numbers. Keep an eye on them. Because I know last time it was like, people messaging, I've ordered it such and such, and where is it? And it's stuck in whichever, it's out of our hands. And we literally cannot do it until 15 days after we've sent it before we can actually do anything to make a claim or whatever. So it's just, I will be saying this again probably Saturday, Sunday, just so everybody knows, because you know what it's like.
So, obviously what we're really saying here, if you have got a problem, please contact John.
Yes.
Because he is obviously, he works for Royal Mail and we just blame him for everything. So please don't take it out on us. Take it out on John at the weekend. He'll be on. Yeah. You can blame him. Yeah. So, but if you do want some Bandai, again, very, very nice one. Do you know what? Stick me aside a B-Wing.
B-Wing, yeah.
Because I've been after one of them for ages and I forgot last time we had them in, they went out of stock. But I could do that as a little video build. That'd be a real nice quick mojo job, that will. So, but yes, very nice indeed. So if you want to get any one of those ones, grab them. Very nice. Perfect.
Absolutely.
Right, should we go to pre-orders?
Pre-orders, lots of going off in pre-orders at the minute. Lots have ended, but lots coming on. So we've got some new stuff. So this is, I didn't realise, is actually a new release from IBG. The tank on its own is coming obviously as a standalone, and then this is a special edition we've put up with some mini art figures and metal barrel and stuff.
Very nice.
Looks nice, doesn't it?
Does look very nice.
Actually, yeah. And IBG actually, their armour and their kits in general are actually very nice. I don't think the part counts are too big.
No.
We're on about part counts and stuff. I think they're just enough on them. So be worth checking that out, I reckon, when it comes in.
I'll just point out, is this got the same face on all the different figures?
Yeah, they're related.
Are they all brothers?
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Octuplets. Is it octuplets? Octuplets.
Oh, is that what it is it? I thought oct was 8, weren't it? There's only 5 there.
All right, pentuplets.
Yeah. It's the Cinco brothers.
Yes, it is, clearly.
I don't know what it is. What's 5 in German? 5? Eins, drei. Bunt. Is it? I didn't do German. I did French.
Anyway. Wheat, ons. No, wrong one. That's German and French combined.
Yeah.
What would Dora the Explorer say?
Yeah, exactly. We'll do it in Spanish.
So, but no, that looks really nice. And I must admit, that gun barrel looks absolutely sweet, doesn't it? With the actual cooling jacket on it. Yeah,
because obviously, you get your MG and the I don't know what gun that is, to be honest. What's one of them? And it's like a 2-pounder in our world, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, a KWK something or other, I think it would have been.
It is typical British, though, isn't it? There's the world going in millimetres, and we do it in poundage. Like, brilliant.
You get more bang.
We did the weight, which makes sense because then at least tells you the soldier. If you got a 7-pounder, you know how heavy the shell's going to weigh into when you're picking the thing up. Health and safety, you see.
Oh, is that what it was for?
That was it, yeah.
I think we did it just because it sounded better. A 2-pound gun sounds quite good.
Yeah,
when you're up against an 88mm.
An 88mm.
So, but yes. Anyway, that looks to be very nice as well. And like Matt says, IBG, normally they don't have a massive parts count. So it should be quite a nice build, that one. But with those little extras, I think that's going to be a fantastic kit, really. Very nice. Anyway, if you do want one of those, we've got them at pre-order now at £44.99 for members. If you want to stick your name down, get your name down now.
Which again, me and Andy were just discussing that. So that figure set's probably mini art 10 now, 15 quid.
Yeah.
You got the tank and then your barrel separate. It's not a bad deal, that, for all that lot.
No. Next up, we got Trumpeter's next release of the Lightning family, or the Lightning 2 family, I should say, for the F-35A. Obviously, they did the C before, so this is the A version now. Obviously, we say we got this one or the Artillery one, really, isn't it? For that type of side of things. But again, a bit expensive on this one. Full retails on it's 180 quid, but we got it up for 161.99. So if anybody's interested, but we have said that's a huge kit. It's going to be a monster. So
I think it's about half a metre long, the actual aircraft in that scale. About 35 centimetres wide, something like that.
Yeah.
It's very grey.
And it's going to be very grey. And we won't even talk about RAM stuff.
No,
don't go started down that route.
No.
But anyway, if you are interested in that one, stick your name up now. We just literally put that one up. Another new one, which obviously me and Matt were discussing yesterday, which is a real surprise for me, is Academy's new tooled 48 scale A10C. So this is obviously the Thunderbolt. I don't know quite why it's got a paid penny on it. We were discussing this earlier because it has got the sniper pod on it, which makes it a C, and it's got aerials for the C, but still got the paid penny. Not sure. Anyway, great thing about this is the price. Amazingly, this kit's full retail is only 40 quid. And for a 48 scale kit, new tooled, I think that's a bargain.
I'm as figure, because obviously we've had the Hobby Boss one, haven't we, which is retailing about £36 when we got it in. But obviously that's an upgrade from their older kit. And we thought, well, that's a really good, it's still a good price.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's still a decent price. And then we was obviously waiting because Great Walls announced they're going to do one next year. And Academy announced obviously this one that's coming out earlier in the year, but we never had a price on it. So we was thinking roughly, I reckon it was going to be 50-ish, 55. Academy aren't normally overpriced, but taking the world as it is and prices, that's what we was thinking. And then obviously it came up yesterday and for $39.99, and I think actually that is a good price.
It is, and let's face it, Academy's new tool kits, like they've seen their Helos recently, they are really, really nice. So I'm actually expecting good things with that one. But again, if you saw my rant yesterday, my 25-minute rant on this, this is what I'm talking about. So if you're looking, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, Great Wall Hobbies Wonders will be better. But if you're looking at the price, buildability, bang for bucks and things, I think that's going to be the sweet spot, which again, that's Academy through and through. Because I said, if you're going to do this, I'll be inclined to think really the Academy over. So, bang for buck era, I think that's the sweet spot.
I think I expected it to be another 10, 15 quid more expensive than that.
I thought it was going to be 65, 70 quid for a brand new tool kit because of the cost of the world is at the moment and shipping costs and taking all those things in. As we know what kits, I'm not being funny, just go back 180 quid for the Lightning. You know, I know it's a 30-second one, but, it's another 160, 120 quid on top.
Isn't it? With obviously the pound to the dollar, which is obviously used dealing with China, isn't it? Well, this is obviously South Korea, isn't it? So I don't know what
we're not sure
how it works with stuff out of obviously Korea or South Korea, should I say. I don't know how that works. But Academy stuff to me, always we've known about it before, and I think it really gets overlooked, but we have sort of sporadic trouble getting it back in.
Yeah, it's all or nothing with them, isn't it?
But the new stuff is amazing. I don't think their old stuff is overly too bad as well. It's just, I remember the decals used to be absolutely appalling, if I remember rightly. Yeah. It was all recessed and stuff. The general detail were there. It was, because they used to do Tempest and little 72nd stuff and Broncos and different stuff. But the decals were awful on them. I remember even their P47, I built it upstairs, was a little gem of a kit. But you just got I think I'd nick the decals off another kit to build it. And again, they're not overly expensive. They're just Stukas and all bits of sorts, the smaller stuff. And like they say, there are patches that they've done. The 72nd patches are all really nice kits. Obviously, they do the Catalina in 72nd. They do a decent B29 that's been released again. All right, I think that's a bit of an older kit, but it's still recessed and it's it's better than the other options you've got. There's a lot of gems out there, like I say, the 35th helicopters they've bought out.
They're Phantom family, as we were saying.
The Phantoms that they've done, the Tomcats in 72nd, the Puking Dogs one, the new tool one is a gem of a kit as well, in it, for the price. Yeah. I
can actually see, to be honest, obviously, we're acutely aware the prices of the world have just gone stupid and going up and up and up. But Academy, if they can hold this ground, they're going to be an absolute sweet spot for being that sort of perfect kit for the price you're paying and the quality you're getting and everything else like that. I think they're going to be very hard to touch, because we've seen trumpeters going up. We know Tamiya's going up all the time. Yeah. And I think Academy can actually fill that sort of sweet spot, right in between there. So it will be interesting to see this kit. Obviously, we'll get it in, we'll review it and have a good look at it. But I have heard various things about it. And what I've heard so far, it all sounds really good.
I'd say one thing, that if you do want one, get one on pre-order. Don't wait for to get one afterwards, because they can be a bit.
It is. It's very sporadic getting stock in of Academy. It really is. Which is a shame. It is a shame, because, again, we've got stuff in stock. Because don't forget as well, they've got the tooling for accurate miniatures.
Yes.
So the Avengers, the Darknesses, they've done the Vengeance. Is it? No, the other one. Anyway, a few of them, whichever ones they've got, but they've got the B25s. They've got obviously the B25, so they keep popping up as well. The Sabre, their F86 Sabre.
Yeah, it's not.
I tell you what, and I know nothing about this kit, but with that being released, they are doing their Corsair, the World War II Corsair.
Yeah.
That's been released as a boxing, which is actually quite a good price. But I know nothing about that kit, whether it's because obviously the Tamiya ones, it's old, but it's
still a good kit. Yeah,
it's solid.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Obi Boss ones because I've not really seen much about that kit. But to be honest, I forget that obviously because they've done a P47 and 48 as well. That Edar's reboxed, didn't they?
Yeah.
For their special, but I don't know nothing about their course. I don't know if it's bad.
I built their P47s years ago. This would have been late 90s, and they're really nice. You know, so no problem with those.
Again, it's going up probably against the Tamiya one.
Yeah, of course you are. And against Tamiya, yes, okay, it's not as nice a kit and as detailed and all the rest of it, but it's a different price. You're considerably cheaper.
Yeah, so. Exactly. And again, that Corsair is not a bad price. It's not overly expensive. It's only 20 odd quid, I think it was, if I remember. So I might have to. We'll find some feedback out on whether that's okay kit or perhaps one to avoid, because the Tamiya one's a better version. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that one anyway. Yeah. Going back to the thing, obviously that's new tool. So did we read somewhere it's got some slide moulding as well?
Yeah. Apparently it's got some slide moulding for the engines and the bits and pieces, as far as I know. So as you say, it does sound to be a very, very nice kit.
Yeah.
So we will see. So and again, it's this thing. I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, yeah, it's not going to be as good as Great Wall Hobbies. It's not going to be double the price." As Great Wall
what you pay for. Again, I mean, the Great Wall Hobbies, don't get me wrong, is going to be a nice kit. There's probably be with open hatches. It's going to have a lot of detail. But you're going to be paying for that. So again, you've got your options, haven't you? So if you'd like one, put your name down.
If you like one, stick your name down. And again, for some reason, A10 seems to be incredibly popular.
But
again, look at how long it's taken to get a C.
Yeah.
A proper C as well, not a made-up one like...
Not a made-up C.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, next up, this is Kinetics Gold Series, brand new tooled F-16C, nothing to do with that old horrible kit. The lumpy one. So anyway, this is the very nice. This is a block 25 42 one. So if it ends in a 2, it's got the wide mouth, I think, isn't it? Or is it the small mouth? Can't remember now. Is it? I can't remember which way round they have it now for the big mouths and small mouths. Which one's that? That's a block 50. That's got the small mouth one then, I think. Yes, because I think it's the block 50s because it's got a different engine in it when it was back in the day, and they all had different engines. So very nice indeed. But again, looks to be great from what I saw from the pictures from Telford this year.
Well, it is available, isn't it? Because obviously they had them at Telford. So I'd get your name down quick because I can see that coming in like in the next week or so, perhaps. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, if they were there, then people were walking around with them, weren't they, at Telford a couple of weeks ago? So It is out and available, so if you want one, get your name down. But yeah, there's 2 versions of that. So we've got the US Air Force one, and then we've got the NATO one, which is, what did we say, Danish, Dutch, Norwegian, and Belgium.
Yes.
That's good, wasn't it? I remembered it. So that's the one you want, because that's going to have all the cool tail art stuff and the tiger schemes.
You have all the tiger schemes and the nice schemes.
Going to be loads of stuff. I always like the early F-16s, to be honest, because of that. Yeah. Because of all the artwork and the options. What, didn't like the Turkish and stuff of them as well, and the Greeks and stuff. Are they early A's? Are they?
I don't know what versions they've got, to be honest. I'd have to check on that to see what they're actually running. So
but again, there's the Polish don't use that. They use the later one, don't they?
Yeah, they have Block 60s.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I must admit. So this is what you call the MLU, which is the midlife upgrade. So they got converted from the old A form. So they're more like the blocks, the later sort of block 30s, 40s, and 50s now, because they've got all the bits on them. But yeah, very nice. And you get the brake chute thing on the back as well. It's got the extended fairing at the back.
They should have called it an MLC.
And that would be a
midlife crisis model.
But anyway, 45 quid. Absolute bargain on that. Looks to be very, very nice indeed. So, yeah, definitely go out and put your name down for those.
And Phil's building a squadron.
Am I?
No.
I've got all the Tamiya ones still here. I've still got Block 50.
They're old and out of date now, them Tamiya ones. And they don't do early A's.
No, they don't do the A's. No.
With the fancy tails and all the cool artwork. So
that's it. Yeah, you can have grey, or grey with the US ones.
Yeah.
So, yes, very nice indeed. Any of the others? What else have we got?
Right, we need to talk Spitfire.
Spitfire.
So this Qatari Spitfire. So this has been extended from our supplier for another couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, because we was due to shut, but yeah, we're going to leave it running for another couple of weeks. So if you do want one, please get your name down for one, sharpish, because the more the merrier, shall we say?
Yes.
Phil will be receiving one.
I will be reviewing one.
I'm not saying he's going to be building it yet, but
I'm spitfired out of doing that. I did one beginning of the year.
No, but you need one to look at. You're not going to get it till next year anyway, so you need to have a review and see what you think of it.
Yes.
Well, I think people who've seen it at Telford was quite impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does look to be very, very nice indeed.
And actually, why we've got a Spitfire on pre-orders, we need to talk about its partner in crime, don't we? And the debacle on the interweb of a wing.
Yes. So that's what we're talking about here is Revell's next release, as far as we're aware, of being the 32nd Hurricane Mark II.
Yes.
So this has the metal wings, which is the one, to be honest, everybody wants. And the Mark II is very, very underrepresented everywhere. But this is the 32nd one, which came as a bit of a surprise, wasn't it, a few months back, that they were doing it. Because they did do it years ago, but it's not a very nice kit. But anyway, nice new tool one and all the rest of it. And we've seen various CAD work, and obviously we've seen test shots and various bits and pieces for it now. And to be honest, it does look to be a good, solid, all-round kit.
Yep.
Apart if you're on certain websites who then decided to pull the kit apart, rivet by rivet, stitch by stitch, millimetre by millimetre. But again, I think this is just one of those things. The world goes crazy and everyone jumps on certain bandwagons and all the rest of it. And it's one of those where no one's actually seen the kit yet. No one's physically got their hands on it to be able to say if it's correct shapes or anything else like it, And I know there's a little bit of heated debates, I think we'll call it, on certain corners of the interweb.
I think it's a sad state of affairs when the actual guy who helped design it has to come out to justify it.
Yeah.
Which I think has been a statement out there about it, hasn't it? And from what I can gather, I'm not a hurricane expert by any stretch of the imagination, but the wings in the real plane is actually quite a complicated design.
Yes.
So to pull it off, obviously on a kit, can't be that easy either. You know what I mean? But it looks like a hurricane to me. And you've got to think, this kit's only going to be 45 quid.
Yes, yeah, of course.
You've got to put things into context here. This is not a £120 Tamiya kit, shall we say, if they ever did one, or whatever price they'd come out, or if Great Wall and their pricing and stuff. This is a Revell kit. Now, you've obviously tackled a couple of Revell 32nd scale kits.
Yeah.
The basics are there. If you want to chuck stuff at it,
of course it is.
Now, Andy sitting there has actually built its competitions, as a fly one, and you tell him how hard that was to put together.
Yeah, it was not the prettiest of
which was the only option apart from like the really old Ravel one. So you can go down the fly option if you want, but that is a bit of a beast to put together from any, however way you want to look at it.
I think also you've got to go back to what Phil said originally when we first started this conversation, is test shots.
Yeah,
that's all we've seen, test shots.
Yeah.
I don't know how people start bringing, and they always do, don't they? Bring up their assumptions against test shots, which aren't the original thing. So,
but this is my argument from Telford weekend of the Qatari Mark V.
Yeah,
you put your head above the parapet if you want to say, as a manufacturer, you've got to be prepared to take the crap that you're going to get because of people looking at it and taking it as face value of, this is what we're going to get, when it's just literally a test shot or an example of, what, just to show what we're bringing out. To me, it's not worth the hassle for them to do it. They might as well just put some blooming pictures down and go, right, we're just doing a, let's say the Spitfire Mark V or whatever, until you've got a proper sort of what they're going to release version is ready.
Do you think Qatar would have been better off bringing out the Mark V before the Mark 1?
I honestly think, I'm not being funny, this is just a marketing sales thing, isn't it? You stick the weakest kit out.
Yeah.
Because you're going to do it anyway, and hopefully you'll get that buzz of sale because it's a new kit and all the rest of it. Even though most people want to do a Mark V or a Mark 9,
Yeah.
Because let's face it, they all do it.
Yeah, but that was fine. That was fine in the past. But do you think that's a wise thing now with the market as it is? To me, I don't think it is, because
I think it's an old school.
And I think you want to bring out, like Airfix have done the Navy version of a Buccaneer.
Yeah.
Because that is the weaker Buccaneer from the RF one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did it with the second one, and we know where they go. They did it with the Shackleton.
Yeah.
And loads of companies always do it. Every one of them does it. But to me, times are changing. To me, you want to bring out the one you can cash in on.
Yeah, of course you do. But unfortunately, as we said before, marketing people and that seem to be a bit stuck in the old school and going for the long haul rather than...
I can see obviously the longevity of getting the most out of your moulds, 100%, because how much it now for tooling and shipping and all the other stuff that we know all about, do you know what I mean, that we always want about. I can see it. I can see why they do it. But then is it detrimental to sales later on because people are holding off because they want the version they want, which is the popular version, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, they got away with it with the Vulcan, didn't they? We'll use Airfix as an example because there's just one Vulcan. Do you know what I mean? There's not really anywhere you can go with that, is there? But no. I mean, they've done it with the Victor. There's two versions of a Victor, isn't there? And again, we've seen it with. Do you go down other manufacturers' route where they are just milking their moulds?
But then again, this is what we've spoken about before. But if you look at Tamiya, they'll do the stronger kit first. So if they're going to do a 109, they'll do a G6.
Yeah, they'll pull
That'll be the first one out. Then after that, you'll get perhaps other versions of. But they'll always bring out the strongest one first.
I don't know. There's a counter argument there because they've not done it with the Phantom. Why bring out a B? If you're going to you want a J, don't you? If you're going to bring out a strong version of a Phantom, you're going to do a J, aren't you? Or a D?
Well, yeah, because obviously they were more prolific. But there's a lot of people who do like the B Phantom and the BNs. So it's still one of those where, because it was the first operational one, Vietnam and that. So the B isn't totally that bad. I know everyone thinks of the J because that's the more prolific one and was all around a bit longer, but... it's all right. But it's a bit like bringing out the S Phantom, which we know Zucamori did. That's quite because it was at the end of the Phantom's life, really. So,
so really, then, if that's the theory, then if Tamiya likes to take their F14, it should have been a B.
Yeah,
if that's the weaker version of a Tomcat, if there is one. I would say probably the B is probably the most unpopular.
Yeah. Well, it was just yeah.
Do you know where I'm going, don't you?
Yeah.
Tamiya never did the B, did they?
No, they've done an A and a D, haven't they? So
nobody really. Yeah, no one does the B. Well,
there's a couple of people do it, but the B was like the upgrade before the the actual D came in. So then Bs were upgraded to the D standard. So that's how that sort of came about. It was a little bit of an in-between thing.
But you know, when Edard did their Spitfires, they did the Mark 1 first, didn't they?
Yes.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Because there was the other versions well out before the Mark 1 came out.
Oh no, the first one they did was the Mark 9, wasn't it?
I think they did. I think they did Mark 9s and Mark 5s, and I don't know what their first, but it weren't a Mark 1, was it? Because that came out for the Battle of Britain sort of thing, weren't it? So, well, I don't know really. It's an interesting. The thing is, though, I don't think from Qatari's point of view, it's a Spitfire. At the end of the day, they've picked the cash cow, which absolutely. We were always saying about. Obviously, they were company and blah blah blah. Like, right, you need a cash cow to pay your bills, to keep your doors open, keep the lights on, keep people being paid, so you can do your next project.
Yes,
Edard's first one was a Mark 9.
There you go, which is the most popular version of the Spit that sells, isn't it? So yeah, I don't know. Interesting, isn't it? Perhaps we should have this discussion while building over the weekend, because we've got questions to get through and this is dragging on a bit.
All right, so if you want to get any of the other pre-orders that we've got, obviously got lots of them down in here. Obviously is the other stuff after that. Stick your name down, and obviously hopefully they'll be in sooner rather than later. Right, okay, questions.
But sorry, just going back out to say that I'm actually looking forward to seeing this Qatari Spitfire, to be honest.
Well, after all of this.
We should be,
yes. Anyway, Carl says, hi guys, I'm trying to get hold of the trumpeter 132nd English Electric Lightning. Doesn't seem to be about at the moment, a bit like the 135th scale Hind until recently. I'm wondering if you'd be able to ask the suppliers if you're able to get them. Many thanks, Carl.
Carl, you've got no hope. I don't mean to like dampen your day and all that, but that kit's not been seen. It's in the catalogue. It comes up on everybody's website, and we've not seen that for
years.
I can't remember last time that was in a catalogue. The only thing you've got with a trumpeter kit as per se is there is a chance it will come out again at some point. I dread to think what the price will be of them, but it hasn't been released for ages. I definitely know we won't be able to get you one, 100%.
I mean, I can remember years ago when we got involved with the Lightning SIG through Nathan and what have you, trying to get hold of them then, and that was a nightmare, wasn't it? That was probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
It's a long time since that's been produced by them. Like I say, Scalemates will tell you the last time it was properly released, I would have thought, and it's a good few years ago. So it's a shame, really, because I mean, it has got its flaws, shall we say?
Yes.
But it looks like a Lightning when it's built. If you're a purist, then it's not for you. But and it's a lump. It's a massive lump.
It's a huge lump. Yes.
Funny enough, I've just eBayed off some upgrades for one of them. I had an engine, cockpit, and an undercarriage set, because I sold mine ages ago. I did have one, and I got rid of it because it's just not. I'm never going to build it. And I had the upgrades, and I actually got rid of them not last week, I think.
I think it's one that, again, the same thing is companies have got to look at what they're going to make the money on.
Yeah.
And they're not going to put that into production unless they're going to be able to sell a good few 10,000 kits, are they? Quickly.
You might see it. You never know, though. You know what trumpeters like. Occasionally, they throw them out. Like the Hind came from nowhere.
I suppose. Not thinking with a Hind, though, it's never goes out of fashion, does it?
No.
You know what I mean?
But the Hind, as I say, we were over in Europe, weren't we? And we saw the Hind for sale. And we was on about bringing some back because you just couldn't get them over here. You know?
Yeah. Now they're available again, aren't they?
Now they're everywhere. So
no, they might do a run of them again soon. You got to fingers crossed, or get in touch with Trumpeter themselves and find out if. I don't know whether they'll ever let you know, but it's worth probably an email, even just if they're going, we're not going to do it or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Shame though. Or the other thing, like I say, second-hand market if you can find one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not, get your nice Airfix 48 scale one.
Yeah, but that's going up in price now because that's discontinued again, isn't it?
I've got it here. I've got an F2, F6.
Yeah, keep hold of it. That's an amazing kit, that is. For how old it is, it's a really good kit. So.
It is, very nice kit. Anyway, it is. It's a canopy from a Lancaster, from Richard. And he says, hi, Phil and Matt. Put Andy in, sorry. I'm currently building the excellent Hong Kong models 48 scale Lancaster, and I've found that the main canopy is cracked. I've contacted the retailer I bought it from with a little help. With very little help. So who did you buy it from? Name and shame. That's what we need to know. I know I can contact Hong Kong Models and get a replacement. I wonder if you know a UK representative, so I don't have to wait 3 months for the part. Prepared to pay for the canopy after spending 120 quid on the kit. I'm disappointed that I'm having such difficulty. As always, great show. Looking forward to the turkey shoot. Learnt my lesson. Should have bought from PM Models, where we would have sent you a replacement canopy instantly, because we're good like that. But we can't, because you didn't buy it from us.
Yeah.
I don't think there is an official importer, is there, for HK? To the UK?
Pocket Bond.
Is it Pocket Bond are the official importer?
Bachmann, I think.
Yeah, Bachmann, isn't it? Yeah.
Bachmann are the official importer, so you could try them.
So you could try them. That'll be your next ball. What you need to do is, obviously, normally you go to the seller who you bought it from.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you've got no joy then go to the importer, because if they're like Hobbyco, for instance, with Tamiya, they got their own graveyard set with all the spares and everything. So I'm not sure if Bachmann's got the same type of setup, but obviously with them. And then after that, you're going to have to go direct. But you say, if you went direct, I don't think it'll take months for it to turn up, you know? And it's one of those things that you can put it on afterwards. It's not like a biggie. It won't stall your build. It's not like you can't build it because the canopy, because that'll be last thing on anyway. So,
if you went to the importers and you haven't bought it from the UK, they might ask you for proof of purchase.
Yes, that's the only thing they will do these days, which again, I can see them with the point, because technically it's nothing to do. If you've bought it in from outside the country, then a lot of the importers now want to know where you got it from, because obviously it's up to you to deal with them, which is, I can understand that, because we've spoken to retailers, importers and that, and there's nothing worse where people come along and demand spares when they bought it direct out of China.
Yeah.
And I can understand their frustration with that, because it's,
because
they're out of pocket, you know. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's not their problem.
No,
you know what I mean. So yeah, I can get that. I can see that as well, to be honest.
So,
but yeah, like I say, Bachmann is, I think, one of the importers for sure. So you could try them. And like I say, after that, again, I'd try actually got it from the first place as well, to be honest.
Yeah. Right, Green says, hello everyone, I'm looking to try out AK 3rd Gen Air acrylics on my next project, which will be the Special Hobby Meteor NF11. What is the best thinner to use with these? I thought it would be the AK thinners, 11500 acrylic thinners 3rd Gen, which is currently out of stock at PM Store. I don't want to use water, as tap water where I am is terrible.
No, you don't use water anyway. It's alcohol based. You want X20A. You want their own thinners, which is, funnily enough, might be back in stock. Or I've not tried it yet, but I would have thought it would work. Is the aqueous thinner?
Yeah.
Which is alcohol based thinner, which is obviously for the Mr. Aqueous range of paints from Mr. You know, you want one of them alcohol based ones, but if you can, their own thinners is good stuff. I'll be honest. As I will discuss at the weekend.
Yes. Graham says, hi, Phil and Matt and Andy. I just saw an ad on a social media about the new Revell AH64A Apache. What scale is it? Is it new?
Is it L?
It's the first I've heard of it. If they're doing an A and it's a 24 scale, it's the one from the 1980s. Which will be probably horrendously overpriced, and it's an awful kit. It's terrible. I built that as a kid. That was one of the ones my family, trying to get rid of me, bought me a kit and told me to disappear under the stairs for 6 months. And that was one of those kits, and clearly it was awful. And I remember, I was probably only about 11, 12 when I built it, but yeah.
So what?
Brilliant.
So has he said the scale there, has he?
No, he hasn't. But if they're doing an A, like who's going to release an A these days?
Hold on a minute. So is it the old Panda one or whatever it used to be? Because Academy's released one before, haven't they? But it's somebody else's, which is 35th scale, which is an early one. If it's 35th, I mean, we could have done with a scale because it could be anything. It could be Tulari's 48th one. Because they've done an A, haven't they? It could be, we need a bit more sort of what scale is it? Because I can't remember seeing it again. Like we were saying, it when stuff was sort of announced at the beginning of the year. When you come to November, December, I can't remember what.
No.
But until it turns up, you know.
But Revell did do an old A, and I've got a feeling it was 24th scale or 32nd, something like that. It was a big scale, and it was horrible.
Yeah, I think there was a 32nd one, but again,
it was 32nd.
The problem with Revell is as well, the Reebok's other people's kits, so you don't know who it is until we know a scale. So we're doing knowing a scale, really.
They've done a 1 to 100 scale, which was their own kit in 1990.
Ooh, that's big.
For 1 to 72nd scale one, which was their own kit in 1990.
Oh, right. Okay. I thought that was Italy's. Oh, there you go.
It's its own kit called Scale Mates.
One.
Any others? What about the big one back in the day? In the 80s?
They do a 48th one.
That was Italy's, I think. Reebok, I think.
What are you thinking, Phil? 124?
It was either 132nd or 124th. It was big.
There's definitely a 32nd one. I can't remember a 24th one. I thought it was 32nd one, yeah.
They did a 32nd one, which was their own, which was 1987.
That'll be it. That's the one.
Ooh.
If I remember, I took it out the box and out the bags, and it's like flash. It was like a stained glass window. I had to cut all the flash off of it. It was terrible, absolutely terrible.
And that were new tooled.
Yeah, that would have been new tool back then. You can't blame it being all the 25-year-old tooling.
The tools wore out then, can you?
No. So, never mind. Right, last question. Stuart says, I saw on Scale Meets the other day that IBG are planning to release a Panzer II. Is this the one we've just done?
Yes.
With limited edition. Have a look in pre-orders. You're watching this, you would have seen it. It's at the beginning of the show bit here. So you can go off and you can actually get that one, which was here. Just grab it. There you go. That's the one you want.
That's the one.
Very nice.
And actually, Rebel's 48th Apache was a monogram kit.
Oh, was that the one? Oh, right, the old monogram kit. Yeah. All right.
When was 3 box by Hasegawa and obviously Rebel.
Hasegawa?
Yeah.
But how old's the monogram kit original?
1986.
They must have redone it then in the 90s, didn't they?
Hasegawa reboxed in 88 and 97.
97? When's Hasegawa's thingy out then? Their own Apache.
Yeah, but they did a longbow. Theirs is the longbow, different version.
Oh, they did
got bigger side pods and it's all totally different beast to an A.
I wonder what the monogram Apache's like, because actually, if we're looking at the golden age of monogram, that wasn't before the thingy, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of raised rivets.
Yes.
But it probably would have.
But I built the Rebel 48th D that they did, which was just basically a rebox of the A. The longbow one.
Put 35th ones in, Andy.
That was it.
The thing is, one of the biggest difference between obviously the D is everyone knows it for the millimeter radar on the top, but also the side pods, if you like, on the fuselage. They're a lot bigger on the D than they are on the A because there's a lot more in them.
Is that the sponsons?
Yeah, the big things down the sides.
Yes.
Yeah, with all the stuff in there.
It'd look a bit odd without them, wouldn't it, in Apache?
The A is quite slinky. It used to stop literally where the winglets are, if you like. Now, obviously, on the Ds and Es and Fs, they go all the way down. Yeah.
3050 just got Academy or Tacom.
Not the main one on there yet?
No.
So is that Academy on their own? I thought it was somebody else's.
No, actually, no. Academy was
Panda.
Kangum.
Oh, that's it. Kangum. That well-known manufacturer.
That well-known manufacturer, yes.
Yeah, that was it, yeah. I know. I think it weren't their own, but yeah. Okay, cool. Right.
Right, we'll leave it there. So don't forget, everybody, Turkey Shoot starts Thursday night, 7:30, obviously for members. If you want to join in with that one, then for members, we'll be back with you Friday afternoon. So if you want to come along, join there. And then for everybody else who wants to join us, we are live on YouTube for a free to watch as well, all day Saturday and all day Sunday. Basically, grab yourself a kit, either Self or Doom or something you can chuck together in a couple of days and join in with the fun. And obviously, say we've got sales, specials and various things. I'll do some giveaways as always. And then obviously we'll get some bits and pieces of your work shown as well on the show. So if you want to join in with us, it'd be absolutely lovely to have you there. Cool.
Yeah.
Good job. Right, okay then, guys, we will leave it right there. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Happy modelling and take care. We'll see you again very soon. Bye.
Bye.